Hey Saints, we're back another week, episode 19. It is Tuesday, Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday today. Oh yeah, it's Wednesday. When you don't have to go to get up and go to work, you just lose track of time. I actually have topics to discuss today, and let's just get right into it. Trump's been shot. On my face, this looks like excitement. It's not. No one should be shot ever. Okay. Here's the thing though. He was not he's still yet alive. So it's like imagine being the guy to fuck that up, right? Golly, brother. And then they killed him. Multiple things, right? We can unpack the whole thing. One, he was shot by his own supporter at his own rally. It's not like a black Democrat killed him. No, this was a white male Republican who said, you know what? I've had enough. You know you fucking up when your own people turn against you. Let's just drop out the race. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to do this. You could we'll forget all about it. Here's the thing. Biden is 100 years old, but this is going to sound, we're all family here. I would rather we elect Biden and he dies of old ass age and early onset dementia, it seems to be. And then we can let my girl Kamala step up. That's what we should do. So I'm going to find the group chat, put everyone on the thread of the election group chat that I'm starting. And then let's all just agree to this. Let's vote for Biden. Let's get him in there. He will soon die. He's not making it through 4 years. He's 1,000 years old. And then we're in good hands. Let's see what my girl can do. But Trump is not it. But I do feel like an assassination attempt kind of solidifies the presidency for him. Question, is it an assassination attempt if he's not the current president? Can you only be assassinated if you're a president? I have questions. Because why would that not just be a murder attempt? He's nobody. Interesting. But yeah, so the guy tried to kill. Here's what happened. He was on the roof of a nearby like rooftop or whatever the fuck. And he was trying to kill Trump. A security guard or officer or something came onto the roof and saw him and then told the other cops like, hey, this guy's up here trying to kill him. He could have just let him do it. And then they bum rushed him, and that's why his shot was off and he got the ear. Had they not bum rushed him, or had they been a second too late, I'd be announcing different news right now. Okay? This would be something totally different. But they effed up, and then they killed him. And then someone else got killed. Someone else got killed. The guy who tried to kill Trump was killed. And then someone else was killed. Like maybe one of the guards or something like that, or police officers. I can't remember who the other person was. But sadly, no Trump. I meant to talk about this. What was that last week? First of all, my birthday's on Monday. I'm turning 30. 30, flirty and thriving. Period. Let me see something. Oh, we'll do it next week. Okay. I did not get a quote. I have to do that while we talk. Inside Out 2. Did we talk about that? I feel like we did not talk about that. I went to go see Inside Out 2 with my friend like the week it came out. And I'm only bringing this up again because my sister just watched it and we call her the Tin Man. The amount of tears that I shed as a grown woman in a theater for children. It's just because here's the thing. I think Inside Out is Pixar. Let me see something. Pixar has a knack for making movies that are not for children. Like, what's that movie? What's that movie when the guy's wife has the miscarriage with the Up? Not for kids. not for kids. And we could do a whole episode on, oh, that's Disney. I thought that it was, oh no, Disney and Pixar. And so I knew what I was about. Yeah, Disney and Pixar. They have a knack for making you want to be depressed. Every Pixar and Disney movie is just a ball, just an hour and 46 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes of pure depression. And I don't know why they would give that poor child anxiety, single-handedly ruin the whole shit. And I said, you know what? First of all, when anxiety popped up on the scene and stuck her little head and said, "Hi, I'm anxiety," I said, "Oh my God, that's me. That looks just like me." I'm gonna tell y'all. 6 months. I'm gonna put a picture of anxiety up. It looks like me on a rough day. Considering this twist out is old, it looks like me right now. I said, you know what, anxiety? I get you. I feel you and I hear you and I'm here for you, sis. But here's the thing. Another thing. Unclear on whether or not anxiety was a girl or a boy. Had a voice like kind of like it smoked cigarettes. But it's not really clear on what anxiety is. Whatever they are me. By the time when that movie gets to the end, I was audibly, you could hear, I literally was like a infant. And then my sister watched it the other day. I was in here when she watched it. She paused the movie, tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Wait, which part did you cry on?" And I said, "It's not until the end. You've got time." She said, "I'm at the end." I turned around and she was at the end of the exact scene that had crumbled me. Dry face. I said, "Have you no soul? This child has gone through. She has gone through it. The emotions have gone through it. They are all stressed. They all have anxiety." Didn't shed a tear, didn't have any emotion. She just let the movie finish playing and she went on to something else. And I just need to know, am I the only person who cried? Am I the only person? Drop an orange heart or something. If you also shed a tear or 7 during this movie. Cause I saw people on Instagram who was like upset about it. But in real life, oh wow. In real life, I haven't actually run into that many people who said they cried during the movie. I just find that hard to believe though. So let me know. Because it's no way. The person I went to go see the movie with, she cried. I know she cried. She was sitting right next to me. I heard her cry. But yeah, I just don't. One day, I did this before, I would like to just sit down and let's just discuss Pixar. I want to know who started Pixar. That's Disney though. Shit. Does Walt Disney have a problem with his mother and happiness? Y'all know Walt Disney was a racist. He was going around saying the word nigga. And we still be in the theaters. He was going around saying the word nigga. And my mom raised me to be a Disney baby. I've seen every Disney movie from back in my time. I can name a movie, I'll recite it. And he was going around calling me a little niglet. Did not like black people. And we'd be giving him our money. This is America. And here's the thing though. I give Chick-fil-A my money and they don't like gay people. And I give them all my gay dollars. So I guess I'm not really judging anybody. Another question. Actually, I mean, I kind of want to know, but like, I don't really want to get into it. You know how stuff just like falls out the press? What's going on over in Palestine? Is they good or no? Or are we still concerned? Whatever happened with that? What was the solution or the conclusion of that? Are they still, cause no one came out. Unless they did and I miss it. I used to watch CNN every day, the live stream at work. And I just kind of stopped and I need to get back to it because it's the only way that I was keeping in touch. And now I am just a know-nothing ignorant ass. And I don't, because I would like to be able to go to Starbucks. I mean, here's the thing. I was still going to Starbucks. I didn't stop going to Starbucks. But here's but people at my job know I love Starbucks. I'm a Starbucks bitch. So they give me gift cards for like Christmas and stuff like that. I haven't spent my own personal money on Starbucks in couldn't even tell you how long. I could go my Starbucks app right now and I probably still have money in there. I love Starbucks. So I feel like it's not as bad on me because it's not my money that I'm spending on the Starbucks. It's other people's money. This is not my money. So y'all can't judge me because I'm not working hard all day and then being like, let me use my money to go. You know what I mean? So stop judging me. Then someone said Dunkin' was canceled. And it's like, where do y'all want us to go? Where do you want us to go to get our coffee? Although I got an espresso machine and I've been making my own coffee at home. So shout out to me. Damn, it's cold in here. Just like that, I lost my train of thought. You know what that's called? ADHD. I got that. Undiagnosed. It's funny because I have 2 siblings and they were both tested for ADHD when they were in school. I was never tested. And I'm telling you, I got that shit. I got that shit. Cause y'all seen it. Y'all seen the episodes. Who be saying it? Oh, so never mind. But yeah. Moving down I told y'all I came with topics. I was oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and this is personal to me. Hold on. So I was, and I'm not gonna put the video up, but I'll credit him because I'm gonna make this a clip. I saw this guy say on Instagram, it is like a thing that Black children have probably had more spaghetti in their life than a middle-aged Italian man. And you know what? True. Damn it. Very true. I'm telling you right now, put the oldest Italian in front of me. I've out spaghettied them. I don't know why Black parents have an obsession with spaghetti. And I guess it's because it's quick, easy, and cheap to make. But we don't always want to be eating that shit. And one, I don't like sauce. So my mom used to make the spaghetti and give it to my brother and sister normal, and then give me a bowl of the sauce on the side and then a plate of the noodles so I could do a little dip situation because I don't need to do the mixture. And then when my parents split up and I had to go to my dad's house, I don't know why, but my dad cooked spaghetti 6 ways to Sunday, 12 ways to Tuesday. I'm telling you right now, I had one moment because we're going to count this out together. He gave us regular spaghetti and meatballs. He was doing spaghetti and then just like ground turkey. He gave us crab spaghetti one time, shrimp spaghetti, wheat spaghetti, spaghetti with no meat. One time he did a spaghetti and it was some sort of maybe a fish or something like that. Can't remember how he did that. Then he got into like a sweet sort of spaghetti thing where he was doing the sugar on the spaghetti. That lasted for a little bit. And I just don't know why. What gives? I'm telling you now, true facts. And Black moms, mom, I know you watching. Is it that it's cost effective? Cause like I don't like hot dogs. Okay. Tuna, I guess I don't really feel you. Start over. I'm not making a good case here. There had to be something else. It's like to the point now where I can't imagine feeding my child spaghetti, but I feel like I'm also in the era or the age bracket of like millennials be giving their kids, like they be cooking. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to get my baby steak and lobster. But I don't eat red meat. Okay. This is not going well. I'm going to give my baby what I be eating. Turkey, something. You know, because it's just, Oh, you know what else he was doing? He was still on my soul, on my soul, on my sister's desk right now is a glass, family-sized Tupperware of spaghetti. I thought that it was just, I don't know what I thought this was, but as I'm looking in the glass, it's sauce and it looks like she has noodles in there. And she was thawing out turkey like stuff the other day. Oh my God. And you know something? It gets passed down. It gets passed down because that bitch will make the entire box of spaghetti, the entire jar of sauce, and she'll throw turkey sausage in there, ground turkey, you name it. She will throw something in there and she eats off of it for a week straight. And I just don't know how. Also, something about love yourself. Because like I meal prep. And like right now, this week I've been bouncing between, I made some chicken cheesesteaks, but not like the chicken steakums. Like I bought chicken breasts and I cut them up and seasoned them. And I did the peppers and the onions and the whole thing. And I got some Hawaiian rolls so I could put it on a bun. I've been putting it over some rice. I made some tuna because I was craving tuna for some reason. I made some tuna. And I've been, doing a little back and forth situation. Today is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, Wingstop does free delivery. And so at my house, for me, every Wednesday is Wingstop Wednesday, because if you don't know now, you know, I'm obsessed with Wingstop. So if you're trying to figure out what to get me for my birthday, go to my personal Instagram page. I have an Amazon wish list. Buy something from there. If not, go ahead and send me a Wingstop gift card to, you know what? I'm going to put the email address right here, because I don't remember my own email address for this podcast. I think it's GWNTTpod@gmail, or it could be GWNTTpodcast at Gmail. But you know what? I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But I do agree that I think Black people overeat the spaghetti. And I don't know. It's right up there with salmon, actually. We talked about that. I want salmon to release my Black people from the shackles. What's another thing Black people up? Hot dogs and baked beans. Give it up. Hot dogs and baked beans. Give it up. I've had it. I haven't seen. That's another thing she eats. My sister is stuck in a time warp. She eats like we're poor. We are not poor. There's stuff up. You know what it is, though? She told me that I was the chef and she was the consumer. And I just found out 2 weeks ago, my mom came over, and let me tell you about that. We'll come back. My mom told me that when I don't cook, my sister has been calling her on the phone to complain and say that I did not cook for her. I'm not her bitch. I'm not her housewife. And that's very much what it's giving. Why are you calling her to tell her I didn't cook for you? And you can tell when she's just eating for survival. And not because I've cooked a real meal, because spaghetti, hot dogs. She starts ordering a lot. She'll order anything. She will order something and eat it. Then you could tell she don't want it. And then the other day she came to me. I made her, this was 2:30, 3 in the morning. This is when we had reached our peak adulthood. I don't know if I told you about this. She wanted chicken noodle soup. So at 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock, we were playing tic-tac-toe, but the X's and O's are shot glasses. We were playing tic-tac-toe with alcohol as I was bouncing between the game board and the stove and making her chicken noodle soup from scratch. I'm cooking chicken. I'm cutting vegetables. I'm doing broth. I'm doing all the things. It is 3 in the morning and we are hammered at 3 in the morning. And I said, you know what? This is living. I love it here. Now, let me tell y'all something. I don't know if I talked about this, the birthdays, how they go in my family, but my dad is, I think, May 22nd. My grandmother is June 22nd. My sister, and I'm July 22nd. My sister is July 8th, right? So we usually do, back in the day, my mom just did a joint birthday party, but we're 2 weeks apart. So for my sister's birthday, I had my grandmom and my mom come over. And we did a little girls brunch. She had no idea. And my sister's favorite person in the world is my grandmother. She had no idea. They come over. We're cooking breakfast. I'm making drinks. First of all, it's what, 11:30. I'm sorry, no. They got here around like maybe 12:30. 12:30 in the afternoon. I'm drinking, but that's nothing. That's nothing. Um, my grandmother drove me insane from the time she arrived to the moment they walked out my door. She had already been working on my mom. So my mom lives 20 minutes away. My grandma probably lives about 30 minutes away from me, 30, 35 minutes away from me, because she lives further up towards the Whites. And there's something about a generational annoyance that just exists. Because usually when my mom comes over here, she just has a black mother gift for irritating the bejesus out of me. And it could be something simple, like, why are you touching? Why are you complaining? Why are you? And she doesn't always complain, but she'd be like, it's cold in here. It's hot in here. Guess what? If you're too cold, go in there and get yourself some tea. If you're too hot, take your top off. I don't know what to tell you because I'm not changing the temperature. Something else she was complaining about when she came over here, and I can't remember. But my favorite thing now is, this my house. You don't like it? You can get out. I love to say that. So they get here, and my mom walks in the door immediately, and she's like, she just leans in and goes, please, please, please do something with her. Do something with her. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, she's driving me nuts. She's been driving me nuts. She comes in. This is my grandmother's first time at my house. So she comes in. I told her to bring her little dog. First of all, her dog is a grade A bitch. And the dog don't want nothing to do with nobody. She's following my grandmother around the house. And my mom was like, she said, so I said, does the dog need to go out? She's like, well, she left before. She went before we left. So we're like, you know what? Let's just have her go out just in case. They go out, go to the restroom. And while she's out, my mom is like, she asked me questions from the time I picked her up to the time we got here. Where that used to be. Remember when they used to have this? When I lived down here years ago. You remember when? And I was like, well, that sounds about right. And she was like, she's driving me crazy. So I'm like, she can't be that bad, even though it probably is, because she got a gift for just really climbing up under your skin and picking a spot and just living there. Okay. Love her to death. She don't mean it, but damn. So she goes outside, she comes back in, and she won't sit down. Now, mind you, it was hot as Satan's left nut outside. And honestly, hot. It was hot as shit. I had to turn my air down to my air stays between 75 and 73. I had to turn my air all the way down to like 67 or something like that, just so it could stay comfortable and cool in the house because it was so hot outside. So when they get here, I already had ice water and everything for them because I figured they're probably hot. And my grandma doesn't have air in her house. So I was like, I just want to make sure don't nobody pass out here because I don't know if my insurance covers that. So I give her water, and I have champagne in the fridge. I keep Bailey's in the fridge, and I keep tequila in the fridge. I have like little bottles of tequila, and then I have a little bottle of Hennessy that I don't drink. But you never know who wants some Henny. And then I have a little bottle of Grand Marnier, which my grandmother loves. Now my grandma calls getting drunk, getting high. So I saved this, and I'm like, perfect. We will get her high, and she will coast and be silent. Not at all. She comes in, and I said, I got you some I said, look what I got for you. And she said, is that Grand Marnier? I said, yeah, you want to get high? She said, I do. She never cracked the bottle open. Never. So as she's standing in the middle of the floor, I'm cooking on one side of my stove, and my mom is preparing peach cobbler on the other side. We are in a little flow here. We're good. We singing, we dancing with each other. We're great. My sister is happier than I can't say that. She's happy. She's sitting at the island. She dancing, she drinking, she's doing her thing. My grandmother is just idle, just standing. And my mom goes, what's wrong, mommy? And she was like, nothing. I can't stand. And we were like, well, it's It's kind of annoying. I mean, you can, but you're kind of being annoying about it. Then she's like pacing in between us. And she's like looking over the stove. She's looking around. I'm like, you need help? Do you want to help me? Do you need something? And she's like, no, I'm just looking. I can't look. I said, okay. Then she goes over to my window. I have a big window in the front of my house. She goes over to the window. I say, I can see her hand reaching for the curtain. I say, don't open that curtain because the man across the street is a creep. And I don't want people, mind you, my house is on the corner, big window. So if you open my window, people can see right into my shit. So I said, do not open it. The man across the street is weird. And I don't want people looking in here. I cannot make this up. She does this. Like 2 curtains, pulls the shit open. I looked at my mom and I said, do. I only live here. So my mom is like, she just said, don't open it. She's like, shut up, Lisa. I'm like, well, I did just say that though, right? Like I literally just said, do not open it up. So then my mom was like, tells my sister, why don't you give her a tour so we can get her out of here? They go on the tour. This tour, now granted, my house isn't that big, but everything is downstairs. My mom immediately turns to me and she's like, give me something. Make me some sort of a drink. I need something. They come back upstairs and I'm like, you know what? Let's get mimosas. So I make my mom a little like Bailey's little cocktail. And I'm like, let's do mimosas. Mimosas? You want mimosa? Everybody want a mimosa? Perfect. If you don't, you're going to drink it anyway because you're driving everyone nuts. We make mimosas. She complains about that. This tastes like mint. I don't really like it. Mind you, I had La Marca Prosecco or the Rosé Prosecco, whatever. And then I bought the strawberry mojito. It's by Simply. It's like a mixology drink or whatever. So it's like a strawberry little thing. I don't like the mint. This tastes like toothpaste. Something about this is off. I'm like, bro, okay. What do you want instead? Nothing, I'm fine. Okay. I make myself a drink. Well, what's that you're drinking? Didn't I just ask you, what do you want? She takes a sip. First of all, you're not going to like what I'm drinking. Takes a sip. Okay. Do you want the stuff that I actually got for you? Do you want that? No, I'm okay. Okay. Then she's asking 1,000 questions. Well, what are you making? Well, what made you come up with that? Well, da-da-da-da. Then we get to the egg portion. I asked my sister, do you want eggs? She says, yes. And mind you, I don't eat eggs, but I'm making her breakfast. She says, yes. How many do you want? 2. How do you want them? Scrambled. Cool. My mom says she wanted eggs. And she was like, but I'll do it myself because I want a fried egg. Cool. I said to my grandma, do you want eggs? Yes. Okay. What kind of eggs you want? You want scrambled? You want? She goes, I'll take it over easy or like over light. I looked at my mom like, what the fuck? So I said, oh, will you? Nigga, you're getting a scrambled egg. Like, what does this look like? Breakfast at Tiffany's? I'm not doing that. So then my mom was like, I'll do it. Then she sees that my sister's getting 1 egg. My mom's getting 1. And she's like, it's fine. You can just fry it. It's fine. I'll do scramble. What are you doing? Scramble. And we're like, it's fine. You asked for over whatever the shit. That's what we're going to give you. I made skillet peaches and biscuits. The food comes out. Everyone's getting their stuff. They're plating it up. And it appears, mind you, I don't eat pork and I don't eat beef. Like I don't eat red meat. I don't eat pork. And neither does my sister. So all we have over here is turkey products. Or it's soy or, you know what I mean? Something like that. So I buy turkey bacon. I have turkey bacon for me and my sister. My mom don't want that. And my grandma, they both love the pig. I purchased them a pack of pork bacon, which my mom makes for them. I look over at my grandma's plate. She had eggs and bacon. I said, I know. And I asked her, I said, you didn't get peaches? You didn't put no peaches and biscuit on this plate? And she just looks at me. So I'm like, are you, hello? So and she goes, no. I said, okay, well, I'm going to like get her plate because you're going to eat some of this because I done stood up and tried to make this. I done made this, been over this stove. So you're going to eat this. Then I go over to her plate. She literally has peaches and biscuits on her plate. And I said, immediately was so annoyed. I said, well, why would you say you did? I said, you know what? Enjoy. So then we have the Cardi B whip shots here. So we have mocha, caramel, vanilla, and strawberry. And I said, oh, let me give you some whipped cream because I'm praying to God if She doesn't pay attention. I can get this alcoholic whipped cream on her plate. She'll eat it and fall asleep on my love sack. So I give it to her. I put it on the plate. And she's like, Then she goes, what's this? I said, it's just whipped cream. Eat it. Stop asking me questions. Please. Her dog peed in my dog's bed. The dog, every time I tried to go near her and give her a hug, you know something I'm realizing that they say that your pet is just how acts just like you. The dog is as annoying, a little more, than my grandmother. By the time, so I said to my mom, like before they got here, I was like, I have canvas and molding paste because I'm doing some wall art. So I had like 5 canvas. I'm like, I have enough that if y'all want to do it, y'all can do it. So she tells me that my mom's like, well, I guess we'll see when we get there or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. It has now come to the part of the day where I'm ready to do my wall art. I sit down on the floor, I take everything out, and I'm doing my design. My grandmother comes over. She's standing over me. Well, what's this you're doing? I said, it's wall art. For who? Me. Oh, okay. Well, where'd you learn how to do this? I said, and I just saw it on Instagram. Oh, okay. Well, what are you doing to it? Art. And she's like, oh, okay. And what do you do after this? I said, dear God, I said, you want to make one? No, I'm okay. I said, okay. I look at my mom like, what the fuck? Like, please. She goes to sit back down. I'm doing what I'm doing. Then she comes over to me again. She's standing over me. I said, what's wrong? You, in this section. So I said, does this look okay? Is it good? She's like, you might want to fix this in this section. That doesn't look good. Oh, well, excuse the shit out of me. So I go to fix it. Still just standing there. And then, so finally I get done the painting. I said, you know what? However it is, it's how it is. The imperfections make it look nice. I put it up on the table. I let it dry. In addition to the talking and the standing and the pacing, this woman went to the bathroom. I lie to you not. She went to the bathroom, I'm going to say, maybe 12 times. They was here for maybe 3-4 hours. She went to the bathroom so many times. It got to a point where I just was like, y'all done now. We can, let's go ahead and head on out. Everyone's alcohol's coming down. And for some reason, her energy would not deplete. It sounds like, it's just, yeah. So now they're leaving. Before she leaves, and you know what? Big ups to her on this. My toilet seat has been loose for months. Oh, you know what? My toilet seat has been loose since March, because I think whenever Big Ass Karaoke was, because when they came to my house, someone made a comment about, when my friends came to my house, they made a comment about my toilet seat being loose. And so she went to the bathroom and she comes out before they leave and she's like, oh, by the way, no, the first time she goes, she says, your toilet seat is loose. And I said, I know, because my butt done loosened it up. And I was like, I'm getting a new toilet seat. I have it in my Amazon cart. When they're about to leave, she goes, she was like, your toilet seat is tightened. I tightened it for you. So you should be fine now. I said, tightened? And she was like, yeah, because it was loose. And I was, you can tighten those seats? No idea. I had no idea. And she said, are you serious right now? And my mom was like, you're joking. I said, no, I'm going to be honest and tell you, I'd really love to be joking by your reactions, but I'm very much not joking at all. What you mean? How did you do that? And so she was like, go in the bathroom. And she like takes me down and I like feel the thing. And I said, oh my God. And when I said toilet seat is tight, she tightened the fuck out that seat. This was 2 weeks ago now. The seat hasn't moved. Nothing. I feel like I have a brand new going to the bathroom is so, because I would hate going to the bathroom because I'm like, yo, my ass goes this way, the seat goes this way. I never thought, and I just was like, I got to get a new seat. And I know how to change toilet seat. So I don't understand why it never dawned on me that the way you take the seat off and put it on is the way you tighten it. I just was letting it get loose to the point where I was like, damn, one day this is going to come off. Like, that's how loose it was. I was like, damn, this is going to come off one day and I'm going to be like have to wait until Amazon delivers me a new one, when the whole time I just needed to tighten it. So when she did that, I was like, oh, well, you know what? Something wonderful came out of this, because I was unaware that you could tighten the seat like that. So shouts out to her. So after that, I don't know if I talked to my mom after that or something like that, but I just was like, kind of like trying to debrief. And I'm like, hey, what's that about? Oh, it was when they left. I said to my sister, like, what gives with that? Every woman in this family annoys the bejesus out of me. And considering she's the matriarch of our family, it starts with her. She is the most annoying. And then my mom like got some off for sure. Real quick, mom, fast forward this. Give me like a 2 minutes. So annoying. It just some of the stuff that she says, sometimes you're just like, hey girl, you somebody mama, why you said that? And then sometimes just the stuff she does. For instance, I washed my makeup brushes one time in the bathroom. And it was like 2 beauty blenders and my makeup brushes. I wash them. I have them laying out, drying. I go back the next day. They're damp. I'm like, okay, whatever. I go back the next day. They're like kind of wet. I'm like, that's weird. So I move them. I go back. They're wet again. I'm like, what the shit is going on? And then my mom tells me, I think she was in there with me or something like that. I can't remember how it came out. But she then admits to going in the bathroom after me and re-wetting, like soaking every brush, every beauty blender, and laying them back out so that I would not realize that they had been wet all over again. And I was like, how long was you planning to do this? And she was like, I was just going to keep going. And I'm like, why? I don't get it. I do not get it. But then if I do something to her, when I try to annoy her, now all of a sudden I have to shut up. What are we at? 37. I have to shut up, and I just don't really understand. So shout out to all the moms, shout out to all the grandmoms, and shout out to everyone who has a mom and a grandmom who annoys them. Chances are you are probably annoying too. I'm trying to decide what I want to talk about next. I kind of want to talk about Pop the Balloon, because I've been like real into it lately. You know what? Yeah, let's talk about Pop the Balloon. I need to say, first of all, if you don't know, Pop the Balloon is it's a dating show where men and women go to this location or whatever. And let's say if the contestant, kind of like the Bachelor or Bachelorette, if the contestant is a man, they have like 12 women lined up. They give them a red balloon with a needle. The guy comes out and they pop the balloon based off of his appearances, questions that they ask, and and his answers, to the questions. And I just have to say, one, the show itself is insane, because some of the stuff that they be saying on there, is just nuts. Like, I just don't, people gonna see this, right? But then there's something about having the gravitas to go on a show that people are gonna see all over, and putting yourself through the stress and the pressure and the embarrassment of visually and audibly being able to tell when someone declines you. I could never do it. If I walked out, there's one that when I watched, this guy walked out and it was pop after pop after pop. One girl leaned over to the girl next to her and popped her balloon for her. I could never do it. I'm telling you, if I walk out and I think that I look good, I got my hair done, my nails is done, I think I really look, and I hear it's 12 men in a line, and I hear 5 balloon pops, I would lose my mind. I would fall to the floor in hysterics. I wouldn't be able to do it. And they asked them questions like, you have kids, where do you work? But they asked them anything. And then there's this thing of, okay, you popped your balloon. Why'd you pop your balloon? And they can say whatever they want to say. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why you popped your balloon. Her forehead looks like it should be a 5 head. Her nose so spread across her face she could smell me from across the room. I just don't want to know what they're going to say. Her back so wide it looked like a football field. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And then there's some of the men who sassy, like one guy was like, I just don't like eyelashes. Damn, a bitch can't wear lashes? Like, what if I go on there one day and like, I don't know, they could say anything. What if I decide to go natural? I wear a twist out and it don't come out good. And he's like, you know what? I'm just not into the Kunta Kinte look. I would cry. I just am not built for it. I don't know how. And this is a successful show. Like the lady has hit the fucking money with this idea. I just don't understand how people do it. And then they ask you like, well, they pop the balloon. So say if somebody popped for me, they'd be like, well, is he your type or is she your type? And then I can say, yeah, he's my type or she's my type. But then there are those people who, since someone popped a balloon on the other end of them, they'll be like, well, is he or she your type? And the men especially start going and like, well, I don't really like shorties with big feet. So that's not really my vibe. And the dress looks cheap. It looks like someone said the dress looks like it's from Rainbow. Damn. Oh, can you imagine the dress is like literally not from Rainbow? You spent everything you had on this trip. I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know how. I would love to talk to somebody who's been on the show. I want to like interview them and be like, what was your thought process from application to filming? And then there's the post life of being known as like the girl who 12 niggas popped a balloon as soon as she walked out and then she hit the floor and she cried and they had to come in and drag her off. No, I'm not interested in it. I could never do it. And then there's something about the whole thing that is so pick me. Like it just gives pick me energy. We're standing in a line, popping balloons. And I don't know who's the picky and who's the picker. I guess if I'm standing in a line with the balloon, I'm the picker. So something about me having to resort to going on a YouTube show where men or women, because they're going to have to do both for me, are lining up with balloons. Stop eating bugs. Where they're lining up in a row with balloons so I can see their opportunity to fuck with me. And then I walk out and then you just like pop, 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 pop. The fucking latex is flying everywhere. It's just one guy put the balloon on the ground and then he jumped in the air and stomped it. How do you come back from that? And she stayed out there. I would have turned around and left. I'm not built for that. I am not built for that. I cry over nothing. All I do is cry. I just cried yesterday. I could never stop. I mean, honestly, somebody want a dog? I could never do it, but I would love to know, how do you not recover? Cause I guess if you standing on the line, that's nothing, right? I just pop in my fucking balloon until they're like, well, is she your type? Nah. Okay, well, what about her? And the lady, what is her name? Arnetta, whatever her name is. She's kind of messy because when they say like, okay, well, is he or she your type? And somebody's like, oh, no, they're not really my type. It's not somebody that I would go for, like out in the wild. She'd be like, okay, well, what about them? I don't know. I just don't really think we would match. And she'll be like, okay, well, what specifically? I don't know. Maybe the outfit. Okay, well, what about the outfit don't you like? And it's like, girl, I'm trying to be nice. I would have to be on the line and be like, let me tell you something. You don't have to answer. You don't have to go no further. Do not answer. I get it. You don't like my fit. Cool beans. I don't need you to tell me you think it's from Rainbow. My feet are wide. I got flat feet. Her feet are flat, fat, and too wide. I don't know what else they would say. She's too small, short wise. I don't know. I'm not interested in going down that way. It's not. No. And I got to go back to my friends and they're going to be like, bitch, we've seen you. Like, when you go back to your real life, what happens after that? Because we watched this one episode and the one girl, this is the plumber episode. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. He was a plumber from somewhere and his one arm was big, but his other arm was a little arm. And he had muscles on his muscles, but he looked like in the face he looked like not didn't have a good face. He just was not good in the face. And he was coming at bitches. Like when they were like, he's just not really for me. As they were turning him down, you could see him looking them up and down to get something off. And be like, you talking about me, but your clothes look cheap. You talking about me, but your wig is stiff. You talking about me, but you da-da-da-da. And I said, oh my God. And I'm watching. So we were watching for him. And then us watching, one of the girls, first of all, it was two girls on it. I was just like, please. One of the girls was like, it looked like she had stumbled in to this setting from church. She was like a very quiet, meek little girl. Like she just looked like a little girl. She had on like a black, like a dress like me, but except like my back is out in my dress. Hers was just black kind of little sundress. It went all the way down to her ankles. She had on some black flat sandals. She was wearing a shawl, not like a cute little oversized cardigan, a shawl that she kept having to like do the grandmom wrap around. Then at one point she had tied it so she could stop doing this. And we was like, girl, you don't need to be here. And she kept asking them such like, her questions were great. But not for this. It's like, are you career driven? What are your goals? How do you feel about blah, 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 blah. And the guys would just be like, yeah, like I'm trying to start a business and da, da, da. And I said, girl, go home and exit. This is not for you. Then the girl next to her, lovely girl, loved her energy. She gave good answers, all that kind of stuff. She was wearing regular like bootcut jeans, some ballet flats, and a blue, like really basic blue sweater. And the outfit was giving, I had to run to Walmart and I forgot that I had to do this today. And I just feel like on this type of show, when it's so visually, it's so visual reliant, right? Like the success before they even get to your answers is straight off the looks. So it's like the success of your success on this show is based off the fit that you threw on. Why was that? And I guess if you think about it, because I found her, I don't know how, I found her on Instagram and she did what I wore on Pop the Balloon versus what I should have worn. And she had her blue outfit on. And then the dress that she said that she should have worn was like a dress kind of similar to mine. It was one of them cutout dresses. So it was like, cut out on the side and had a little tie right here. It was like a nice brown or burgundy color. It was gorgeous and it was giving body and she looked great. And she had on like some, like she showed like some little short heels or whatever. And I was like, well, yeah, but why you didn't then? Why didn't you just do that? So I don't know. I couldn't do it. And I don't know how they do it. Cause it's just, no, like literally no. And it's just, again, if I have to resort to going on this show, standing across from 12 people who are going to pop a fucking balloon to say whether or not they want to just take me out on a date, something has gone horribly wrong for me. And I'm just saying for me personally, some people like that kind of adrenaline. They like that kind of put yourself out there. I ain't the shorty for that. So if you see me on that show, something has gone terribly wrong. My man has left and it's not going well. The bitch is not really calling the way they used to. It's, you know what I mean? It's something like that, because it's just so pick me. And I guess if we think about it, any dating show is very pick me, but something about that is just real. I don't know. And it's a lot of stuff. You know something? Speaking of pick me energy, the Ned's Declassified podcast has to be the most rigorous pick me situation I've ever come across. I don't know I don't know. One, I never watched that show for real because I didn't really like it. I didn't think it was funny. That black boy, Moose or Cookie, or I don't know. Somebody was Moose and somebody was Cookie, but I think that the black boy was Moose and Cookie for some reason. I don't know. Maybe his name was, I don't know. But who threw their name to the petition for these three to start a podcast? I just don't get it. I don't understand. And they are constantly popping up on my feed with just nonsense. Like, for some reason, the girl, the funny looking girl who was on Pretty Little Liars, Pigskin, that's what they called her on Pretty Little Liars. Can't think of her stupid name. But her and Ned boy did a photo shoot and came out and said that she was pregnant by him. And it was a bit. And I just don't know why they did that. And then their content in general, it's just, to me, it seems like they try to do a thin line between like spilling the tea and also like trying to eat the girls up. Like, they're trying to be sassy. They're trying to give nicety. Nice and nasty, nicety. But it's just giving pick me. It's just giving like, watch my show, watch my podcast, reboot my show. It's giving like, hey, call on me. It's not, I don't. But I guess also to me, the show was giving that too. I was not a Ned's Declassified girl. What was he declassifying? I couldn't tell you that. And what's the other show that had Emma Roberts in it? Or Emma, what's the one? Emma, isn't it Emma Roberts? She's, yeah, because she's Julian Roberts' niece or something like that with the lips. Whatever her show was, whatever her show was, not a good show. I can't remember what, but she would always be singing it with that stupid guitar. Damn, that's gonna drive me nuts. But that didn't really do it for me either. So yeah, I just something about the three of them is off to me. That's another thing. I feel like they're trying so hard. Something don't add up. 2 + 2 is 4, and 4 + 4 is 8. So what the fuck is this? That's what it's giving. And I just feel like you give it some time. Give it some time. Something gonna come out, because they're weird. They're weird. They're an odd bunch. It's a strange little cluster of ducks that have come together to create a very, very strange podcast. And they keep coming up in my feed, and Jesus, I don't know why, but it's driving me nuts. It's absolutely driving me nuts. So if you haven't seen, and I don't know, maybe if you watch it, if you watch the pod or listen to it and it's good, let me know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know why I'm telling you to let me know, because I'm never going to watch it. I'm never going to listen to it. Can't stand them. But I care enough about y'all to at least tell me if you watch it and you like it. And also, like, I'm in a podcast drought right now. Here's what I want y'all to do. All my crime junkie girlies, and I don't mean that was a poor thing, because there's a thing called crime junkie. All my crime, criminal girlies though, and fellas, all my saints. If there is a pod or a show that you watch or listen to that talks about true crime, and when they discuss it or they're going over it or it's on the TV, they're showing real crime scene photos. They're talking to real witnesses. It's not a reenactment, and they're showing the blood and like the actual like bodies and stuff. Okay. Drop it in the comments. I am going through a criminal investigation drought, and all of my crime podcasts I'm like caught up on. If that one curl is sticking up, that curl is a paid actor. I tried to pin it down, but it was giving curl, and I just don't know. Maybe it's underneath this. But anyway, yeah. Let me know if you have some podcasts or whatever, or TV shows. Because I used to watch Snapped. I used to watch Snapped when I was in middle school. And that's the problem, is that I started real young with the crime, and Snap got real old to me real fast, because they wasn't showing enough of that. And you know what? I used to watch First 48. And something about First 48 just kind of didn't do it for me after a while. And I don't know what it is. But then they also came out with the second 48. So wait, if there's the first 48 and the second 48, then that's 4 days. And yeah, so I don't really understand it, because the chances get lower. Maybe that's what the second 48 is about. Let me know if you watch that. I don't know. Yeah, so I feel like I had something else to say to y'all. I don't remember. But please drop in the comments, or drop it in the comments, because if you give it to me on Instagram, I'm gonna lose it. What are y'all watching? And you know what? Let's open it up a little bit. What are you watching right now? What are you into? I just watched I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for next week. I'm gonna talk to y'all about, did we talk about Your Honor? I don't know. But between that and Making a Murderer, yeah, because we're at an hour almost. So I don't want to keep y'all here for too long. So I'm going to come back and talk to y'all about this. We'll do a whole crime scene. You know what? Next week we'll do no, I can't do next week because I got something planned for that. But we'll do a whole crime scene thing. I will touch on Making a Murderer next week, because I'm finishing it up today. I will not rest until I find out what the fuck is going on. But yeah, what are you watching in general? Let me know, because I'm just I'm missing some stuff, and I don't know what to watch after Making a Murderer. There was something that I feel like someone told me to watch, and I just can't remember what it was, but it was about killings and such. So we are right at our time, and today is Wednesday, and I was supposed to record this in the morning. It is 8:00 at night now. So my goal is to export this and edit it so that it can be set for Friday. Because I told y'all I'm back like crack. Crack is not back. Don't do crack. So we are going to hold up. Get into our quote. Here we go. Let me write this down. I've been doing good. I remembering to put the quotes up on the screen, and it's going great. So I need this quote right now, because life be lifing. I have standards I don't plan on lowering for anybody, including myself. Zendaya. And you know what? Same. When I say I feel like when we hear the word standards, sometimes we think about like our relationships, and true. But standards could be anything, like your job standards, your family standards, communication standards, boundaries, blah, 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 blah. And I think sometimes you go through like something in your life where you're like, you know what? I don't deserve this. I do not need to be here for this shit. I do not need to be a part of this plot. And you start to think, I deserve more than this. I don't deserve to be in this sort of mental turmoil or emotional turmoil or whatever the case may be. Like, my job is stressing me out. They don't appreciate me at my job. I don't have to take this. There's better for me out there. I deserve better. It's time to get up and get out. Um, and so when we talk about keeping your standards, keep it in all aspects of your life. Don't lower your standards, period. If someone is in your life and they feel like, because I hate when people say you need to lower your standards. No, meet me where they are. My standards are my standards for a reason. It's for me. If I'm going to lower them, what's the point in setting them? Because me lowering my standards it's not fair to you, because it's going to guarantee that you're going to meet me where I lowered it. And that's not where I am. If I'm lowering my standards just for you to meet it, I'm setting myself to be unhappy, and I'm setting you up to fail, because when you only hit me here and my standard was here, I'm missing all this. And that's not fair. And again, this is any aspect of your life. Stop lowering your standards. Period. If someone does not meet your requirements emotionally, mentally, in conversation, maturity, if your job is not giving you what you want, what you ask for, if you don't feel respected, if you have a goal set for yourself and it's not being met, or you feel like you're not thriving, it's not feeding you joy, it's not leaning into your passion and your purpose, alter it. Get up and get out. Remove yourself from the situation, or remove that being or that instance. Remove whatever that cause is away from you. You don't have to lower your standard for anybody or anything. And when you get to a place where you're in a situation and you're considering it, it's time to go. Because something in there is starting to throw your balance off. And so now you're starting to look at yourself and you're second guessing what you have set for yourself. You're second guessing your wants and your needs, and what you already have told yourself. This is what I want. This is what I need to make me happy. If you feel like, you know what, maybe I should lower them. No, you should not. So if that's you, if I'm talking to you, if you lowering your standards, pick them up, raise them up. Okay. And if somebody can't meet you where they are, where your standards are, or where you are, that's on them. Because this is the year of what? This one y'all supposed to say me. So I hope you said it. Or actually, this is the year of what, and then type in all caps, me, period. Don't type me in the word period. Type me. Or you could type me with the word period, or you could type me, exclamation point. You know, do what you want, you know. But yeah, we're not doing that no more. You know what I mean? It's 2024 and we're over it. I'm over it. All the girlies are over it. All the saints are over it. If you a saint, raise your hand, say yeah. All right, it's time to go. This candle is making me so hot in here. This is my last episode as a 29-year-old. The next time you see me in this chair, I'm gonna be 30, flirty and thriving. Okay. I'm gonna do some content based off of 29 and 30 and what I expect and what I've gone through and blah 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 blah. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited for 30, and 29 was a good one, and I'm happy to be taking y'all with me into 30. So this has been episode 19 of Girl We Need to Talk. I'm Samaj. Thank you for listening and watching yet again. Comment, like, go. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, or if you haven't already, follow the podcast on Apple Podcasts and give it a rating, because some of you have already done it. You don't have to leave a comment. You could just go straight down there and just go ahead and slide the stars up, and that'll be enough. Share with a friend, share with a family member, listen with a friend, listen with a family member. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to edit this so you guys have this in time. Thank you, and I love you.